It is now 11 months since conflicting factions in South Sudan took up arms against each other in a civil war that left thousands dead and over 2 million people displaced. All peace initiatives brokered at different stages frustrated by violation of brokered deals for ceasefire. With 3 states bearing the brunt of the war, Bentiu oil fields in the Unity State being one of them. SPLM factions fighting for control. It is in the interest of Riek Machar to expand his territories, which becomes handy in pushing the government to yield to his demands, but these soldiers would not let him do so. In refusing to cede ground, the forces would not relent with constant insurgents of fatal consequences. But today, the hope of attaining a lasting peace could have budded when President Salva Kiir and his former vice, Riek Machar, signed an unconditional ceasefire deal midwifed by the IGAD.
The parties commit to an unconditional, complete, and immediate end to all hostilities and to bring the war to an end as of the date of this resolution.
I therefore call upon all the forces in South Sudan, and especially the SPLM, the SPLA forces, that is the National Army of South Sudan, and all other regular forces to remain in their barracks as from this hour, not to be found outside their barracks. Should they be attacked from any direction, they should fight only in self-defense.
The leaders are also prohibited from recruiting new forces or mobilizing civilians to join their factions. But there is mistrust among the dueling sides, considering that past agreements have been violated, including a recent intra-party agreement signed in Arusha, Tanzania.
We are binded by the ceasefire. This is why we are not moving after them. So it is clear that the forces of Riek Machar tells the world something different and commit something different on the ground.
Patrols have now become the order of the day in Bentiu in the Unity State as the SPLA try to guard the region from attacks from the rebel groups. But this time round, the IGAD has put sanctions to any party which will violate the agreement. The sanctions include freezing of assets, cutting off arsenal supplies and travel bans. Salva Kiir and Riek Machar now have 15 days to dialogue and agree on a framework that will restore tranquility in the nascent nation. As we leave Bentiu, the situation remains delicate, a situation that has its hopes only on the peace talks between Riek Machar's opposition faction and Salva Kiir's government. Kendagor, Obadia Citizen TV, Bentiu at the Unity State, South Sudan.